We've been talking to Milwaukee about Devin for feels like years. Whether it's previous years, it feels like every trade deadline, every spring training, we've had conversation with those guys, which have continued. It's nice to find a match. Swing and miss, he's got that devastating changeup. He's got, a big fastball, devastating changeup. That's his calling card. I know he's mixed in a cutter here and there lately. But the soft contact, the swing and miss, the ground balls, all the above, the consistency he's been able to provide for quite some time now. He's a year away from free agency, but someone that, we've tried to acquire for a number of years, and I'm sure we weren't the only bidders here in the end. But certainly doesn't seem to be afraid. You can't do that job, if you're afraid of the big stage. And so we're looking forward to adding him into the mix, and the job isn't finished. Here, we constantly are having to find ways to, at least in our minds, think we're getting better one way or the other. And so, as you see, my phone, if I keep looking down, because I keep getting the connection of texts back and forth with other opportunities that may exist in the marketplace. And listen, we gotta move forward and figure out a way to put the best team on paper we can. Now's the time to strike. It's the winter time with the inventory that's currently available via trade or free agency, and then eventually that inventory is going to get a lot smaller, and you're entering the spring training and with less opportunity to drastically improve your club until the trade deadline. So we want to take advantage of this window of opportunity that everybody's involved with. And, we have today Devin to show for that, and we move on. The job always is, to be quite honest, is to try to find as many quality, talented players as we possibly can to give Aaron Boone to line up on both sides of the ball. So definitely this is a high quality arm, to fit into with the pen. And, we lost some key players here recently to free agency that obviously helped us navigate. You saw a number of those pitchers, getting big outs, especially in the postseason. And so, clearly there's some vacancies there, and we need to try to find ways to replace it. Now, we like what we already have on the roster that we're happy to still retain, but I need to give Aaron Boone and Matt Blake at least more options coming out of those out of the pen for us. So that's ultimately what led us to do something like this. It definitely was a consideration that wasn't easy to navigate at first. We have vacancies there in the infield, and Durbin has emerged as a legitimate candidate that we considered. So we had to weigh, leaving that lane for him versus acquiring someone to the level of Devin Williams. And right or wrong, we just felt it was harder to acquire someone at the level of Devin Williams than it would be to try to figure out infield circumstances. And I don't belittle how important infield is, because it is. And, we need to get some strong defense and quality offense and all that stuff. But it's not as easy to find guys running around of the stature of Devin Williams. So you have to give to get. And so right now our internal candidates are who they are. You've named them all, and I reminded you about, Cabrera, and we'll see how the rest of our conversations continue on the free agent and trade market. My job is to find a way to make us, as quality as we can year in and year out. So we're going to vet every opportunity out there, and first and foremost, find out if that can match. He's really he's been a thorn in our side for years, along with a lot of other people's side. He's now into free agency. I'm sure he's got a whole boatload of choices, and really good players like him make a lot of money. And, so I have had a conversation or two with Scott Boras. I'll acknowledge that, with a lot of his clients, including Alex Bregman. Certainly respect the player and his ability and how much winning he's been a part of. But that's about as far as I will say at this point. There's some players in both marketplaces that would be of interest to us, but so far this winter, I haven't imported a position player yet, because clearly I haven't been able to match up with something that makes enough sense in my world or their world. So, those dialogues continue.